Okay, I've had several requests from people who enjoy seeing my Bona Vista Railroad to do occasional video updates of what I'm up to and what I'm building on the layout. So I decided that if I keep these short and I keep the production values low, the hassle factor will be low for me, and there'll be more of an impetus for me to continue doing them without much hassle. So what we're going to do today on this first update is give you a general overview of where I'm at with the Bona Vista 4, or the BVIV as I'm calling it. Show you the track plan, show you the rooms, show you what I'm working on, and then get the heck out of here. So here we go. We are in the room that I call the train room. What you're seeing is our backyard out there. I am in what's called the train room. I'm going to do a 360 real quick here, and then we'll talk about the track plan. Alright, the railroad itself is in two rooms. This is the train room. This is the room off the den. You go through the swinging door with the track on it. We'll talk about that in a second. And you come out into the den. And out in the den, here is the rest of the railroad. It's actually just a giant peninsula. And again, the big difference between this layout and the last one is the fact that it's multi-deck. It's 2 decks. So when you come down the stairs into the den, this is actually the first view you're going to get to see. Lower deck, upper deck. Upper deck is still being worked on. But let's start and talk about the track plan and give you a sense of how the trains will be running. It's a loop-to-loop design, exactly like the last Bona Vista Railroad, because I really, really like that configuration. The lower loop is here. This is as low as the railroad gets. This is about 30 inches off the ground. The loop goes around here, continues around through this hidden trackage, what will be hidden trackage once the backdrop gets up, and comes out over here. We immediately go into a staging yard. This will have probably 5 tracks. Right now it only has 3 because I wanted to get on with the main line rather than get hung up building turnouts and doing the staging yard. But this will be the lower staging. The entire layout from this point on is on a 1.5% grade. Everything is on a 1.5% grade, and I needed to do that because I have about 19 inches of space between the 2 decks, and I really like that. This dimension right here from the backdrop to the fascia is about 2 feet. So we'll continue with the track plan. Anyway, the track loops around here. There will be a town in this area. And then we get to the doorway of the room, and this is a swinging doorway. Because I'm the only person here, I can't go in and open it, but I'll walk up and open it. But the main line track crosses that, obviously in 2 points. This just pushes open. It's very, very sturdily built. It's hinged to the wall. The main line comes around here. I don't know exactly what's going to be in here, but probably not another town because it's a little bit too close to the first one there. And then the track proceeds through the backdrop, and this is the track that you're seeing right here, and it goes through, if I can get a shot of this, it goes through the wall. Can we see that? There. It goes through a little tunnel in the wall that goes out to the den. The den has these 2 large pass-through windows. Here's one of them. The other one has been blocked off. We'll look at that in a second. But I couldn't get it so that we can't see it there. So that this track would go above that shelf. It actually comes back at exactly that shelf height. Okay, so it goes into the den room. We're in the den now. It comes out of the wall over here. Proceeds around this peninsula, 180-degree turn. There will be a town down here at this end of the peninsula. A town will go here, and obviously it's because the grade is continually rising, it's able to make the very top of this pass-through window. Let's take a look at the other pass-through window. This is this has been turned into a bookshelf that used to be wide open, and this one will be turned into a bookshelf too, so you don't see the back sides of all of the backdrops. It goes back into the train room. We'll go back into the train room and goes through a one-turn helix. And the reason I did that, and it wasn't on the original track plan, was because I realized that this one-turn helix that comes in over the pass-through, goes around the helix, bought me an additional 3 inches of vertical spacing between the levels. So this one-track helix, I used a piece of aluminum channel so that I could get the track with the right clearance above itself. Comes out, and we're on the second deck right now, and this will be the classification yard up on this deck, and you can see we're above now the lower staging. Track continues around in exactly the same area that, as you can see, as the lower deck, goes across the swinging gate, comes around, there'll be a town up here, and then goes back into the den. And it goes through that pass-through window here, which, as I said a moment ago, will be blocked off. So it comes back out of that. I'm going to change this track configuration just a little bit. This is cork now. The track has stopped. I don't have any more track laid. In fact, I'm going to go pick up track this morning. Comes around here, and then you'll have the upper deck staging. And at this point, we're about 58 or 60 inches above the ground. This is eye level for me, so it's just barely below eye level. Comes around and then goes through the upper return loop, which you can see right there. The upper return loop, it comes back, and there's your track plan. I'm in the process right now of putting cork on the rest of this upper deck. You can see right where I stopped last night. We're going to be laying some track. I'm also in the process of adding micro switches. You can see one that I just added last night to the upper deck trackage. There's one that's not yet installed. Upper deck trackage, sorry about the focus, but it's low light here. So that the DCC, so that the current is cut to the trackage on the swinging gate when the gate opens. There's already micro switches down here. Anyway, that is what I'm working on right now. I don't have the back end of the staging yard in yet, but work is continuing. Besides all of this, I'm still shooting videos for Model Railroader Magazine's Dream Plan Build series. Just finished one earlier this week. I've got 3 very, very simple tools that will help you get from paper to plywood very quickly and easily. And I'm continuing to do that. So that is the first update of the Bona Vista 4, the BVIV. Hopefully we'll be doing this again in I'm guessing a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, and we'll see how much progress has been made. Thanks again for your continued support and for your continued enthusiasm and for watching all this.